Good evening, welcome to the program. Today we are going to see one important aspect of supply or material planning, especially this is used in manufacturing environment for material planning. This is also a part of ERP process. When we say MRP or ERP, it's a material
Welcome to the program. Today we are going
mainly related to manufacturing type of a setup. So let us understand in basic what are the input output for the MRP and how the material is being planned. What are the logics used in the material planning? Allow me to share the slide. Let me share the slide. In the distribution environment, the situation is slightly different. There we use something called DRP, but in the manufacturing environment, we use material requirement planning. Okay, now the screen is set up. We will go through some of the basic aspects of material requirement planning in this program. Before I dive into the program, let me introduce myself. This is my LinkedIn profile. You're always welcome to connect or follow with me. Coming to subject, when we talk about material planning requirement, you have to first understand the planning hierarchy. For any supply chain organization, it starts with the top level strategic planning. From there it moves to business planning. The third step could be production planning or SNOP. The fourth step is master production schedule, and the final fifth step is a material requirement planning. So you can always see there is a different horizon at different level. For example, if we take production planning or SNOP, we are talking about 18 months plan, and we are talking in terms of aggregate plan. The next level is master production schedule. We talk in terms of, say, 3 to 8 months horizon, and also we talk in terms of end product management. Finally, when we come to MRP, we are going to talk in terms of few weeks and also at a component level. So in the planning hierarchy, the horizon is different and the level of detail will be different for each level. So when we come to MRP, it is at a minor, minute level. So for understanding MRP, you may be having some basic understanding about other levels. Possibly in many organization, MRP is done by the planning function. There the input will be in the form of MPS, master production schedule, which gives the detail on the end component level. The second input could be in bill of material format. Bill of material is a list of item required to manufacture a final product. It could be few component, or in a complicated setup it could be thousands of components. So bill of material describes what are the list of item required and their quantity required. Also some inventory details regarding current inventory in hand, how much we have ordered on the vendor, and how much delivery is expected. Finally, we should have details on capacity management. The output will be, when we do this MRP process, we are going to release the net requirement in the form of order could be either to the internal manufacturing, or it could be on the external ordering, like a external vendor. You can see the bottom, it branches out to purchasing when the external vendors are involved, and it goes to PAC when the internal manufacturing is concerned. There is also one classification is required, dependent demand approach, MRP. Here in MRP we normally do the planning for dependent item, in the sense these are all calculated based on requirement for a final items. These are derived. So we let us understand what are the major objectives of MRP. Determine the requirements, calculated to meet the product requirement defined in master production schedule. Finally, the output will be in the form of what to order, how much to order, when to schedule delivery. In manufacturing environment, this is of critical importance for material planning. Planners who should know how to manage these aspects so that the inventory is available when required at the required quantity. Okay, also keeping the priority current is one of the situation. Major inputs to MRP could be a master production schedule, which is the previous higher level, and the inventory records of all item to be planned, in the sense how much do we have stock, and how much order has been placed on vendors or inside production but not yet delivered. Of course, the bill of material for all this item. Coming to BOM characteristic, it shows all the parts needed to make one finished product. Each part has one and only one part number. A part is defined by the form, fit, and the function. Any change requires a new part number. When you go to the basic MRP record, this is the called as MRP grid, and this is the backbone in the ERP. The same grid is being used to calculate the requirements. You can see there are a few items in this grid. First one is a period. It could be day or week or month, that should be defined. Then the gross requirement comes from the previous process, which is master production schedule. And if there is any scheduled receipt that is also indicated, based on which we are going to calculate the projected available requirement. Then finally we have to arrive at a net requirement, based on which we are going to plan receipt and release the order. In fact, we go through details in our basic program. Maybe you can refer our website for further details. Let us take a few simple example here. Assume that this is the gross requirement which is fed from MPS. We have a requirement of 50, 250, 100, and 50, and there is a schedule receipt of 200. Okay, now there is some more data given that lead time is 2 weeks and order quantity is 200. This is some form of a MOQ, minimum order quantity is 200. Then we need to complete the table. If we do the completion, you will see that when we have to order and when the material will come, you will see that the net requirement as calculated is 50. But since the batch quantity is 200, we cannot order 50, but 200 has to be ordered, which is the minimum batch quantity. So if we need 200 units in the third week, which has to be ordered, considering the lead time. Here given the lead time is 2 weeks earlier, so you need to order 200 units in the week number 1 to get this item in 200. In the ERP system, if you have the bill of material which has thousands of elements linked to a finished product, all the items are planned in the same way, considering the bill of material and inventory in hand. Various calculation takes place in the ERP, and finally it releases the order. Okay, coming to planner responsibility for MRP, he is responsible for launching the order, reschedule the order as required, reconcile errors and search for the causes, solve for critical material shortages. Possibly the ERP will also keep alerting in the form of action messages for which planner has to take action. The action could be either replan, expedite, coordinate with other function to resolve the problem. Okay, I have given a brief introduction in this session. You are always welcome to reach us. The website and our WhatsApp number is given. If you need more details or clarification or any other program, you are welcome to reach to us. Okay, thanks for watching the program. Let me stop the screen sharing. Thank you and have a nice evening. Bye.